this is Jonathan from missiodigio.com, and today's a very exciting day because this is our very first screencast for Missio Digio. And today we're going to continue with our series on Twitter, and I'm going to show you two things. The first is I'm going to show you how to sign up for a Twitter account. If you already have one, then you could skip ahead a little bit. And the second thing I want to do is actually give you a quick walkthrough through the site. Now don't worry if you don't get everything, because over the next couple weeks I'm going to try to break down everything easily for you. But until then, let's get started. So if you want to open up a web browser and go to twitter.com, it's twitter.com, let me show you a couple of things. So this is the home page you're going to come to, and there's four things I want to show you. The first is up here in the top right. This is where you're going to sign in every time you come to the page. So you're going to have a username and you're going to have a password. And as you can see, my username is Missio Digio, and I'm not going to tell you the password. The second box is the one right down here, and what this box is for signing up a new account, and we'll walk through this in a minute. And then the other two things I want to point out is down at the bottom you'll notice that Twitter is actually translated in multiple languages. What makes Twitter amazing is that they actually have a whole community that translates Twitter every day, and so new languages are being added all the time. And so if you get a chance, do some searching on Twitter translations. It's pretty amazing the work that they've done to get this site translated. The last thing I want to show you is this link down here, the help link. This can become very helpful if you get lost or have struggles and try to figure out things. Go there. They have a lot of information to help you out, but I'm not going to cover that today. So let's go ahead and sign up for an account. So the first thing they ask is for a user, or for your full name. So they want your first and last name. And the reason they do this is because they're going to take that and create a username for you. Then they want an email, and so I created an email. And then they want you to put a password. And hit sign up. So you're going to be taken to this page where it's going to validate everything on that you submitted. And as you can see, my name looks great. The email is going to be confirmed, so they're going to send me an email to confirm my email. The password is too obvious, they say, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit more difficult. And then they go ahead and they pick me a username. So what they did is they just took my full name and put it together. But if you want, you can go ahead and come up with a different username, whatever you want to use as a username. And so what people are going to do is when they want to see your site, they're going to go to twitter.com/ and then your username. So in this case, it would be Jonathan Poulos. And I'm going to say, keep me logged in, and let's create my account. So it's going to verify that I'm actually a person and not a robot. So what I need to do is just refresh this because I can't figure out what it's saying. And hopefully I'll get one that actually makes sense. So that one looks good. So let me type that in. And click create my account. So there you go. Now I have my fresh new account. So you'll notice that the first thing they do is they give you some suggestions of people you can follow. So if you know any of these people, you can choose to follow them. They also have you put in any interests you might have. So you can look up books, you can look up government, and find other people to follow that have the same interests as you. You can also click on friends, and this will allow you to import new friends through your Gmail, through your Yahoo, through your AOL, Hotmail, through LinkedIn. And what it will do is it will log into Gmail, access your contact emails, and it will search Twitter to see if anybody is on Twitter with those email accounts. So now if you decide to use one of these methods to import your friends from either Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, don't worry, Twitter is not going to snag your password when you do this. All they want to do is make it easier for you to find your friends on Twitter. So it will go in, get your contact list, compare it to accounts that they have locally, and if they find matches, they'll suggest people that you can follow. But for now, I'm not going to import anybody, but you can feel free and do that if you feel like you need to or want to. So let's go ahead and skip the import, and this is going to be the home page that you'll normally come to. ignore the message at the top. It just basically what's going to happen is Twitter will send me an email, and then I just need to click a link in it that says, yes, this is my email. So let's go ahead and move on to the second part of this screencast, and that is to give you kind of a quick tour of what Twitter is. Okay, so off camera I actually logged into another account. This is my actual account, J Poulos, and I decided to log into another account because I felt like you really need to see other tweets in order to understand how Twitter works and kind of get the tour. So hopefully this will help you. So when you log in, the first page you come to is the home page. And on the home page, you're going to see tweets from all the people that you are following. And so you'll notice that I follow Amazon Video, John Piper, Chris Kaufman, Paul Hoover, and other people down the list. And so the home page always shows a timeline of all of my people that I'm following. And it's based on time. So the newest posts are at the very top, the oldest are at the very bottom. There's a couple links here you can look at. At mentions, which we'll talk about later, is when people put up a tweet and they use my username, it tags it as a mention for me. And so if you notice the very first one, Prag Notifier, it says at JPoulos, that is a mention. So this gives me a timeline of when people have mentioned me. Retweets are when somebody takes your tweet and then retweets it because they really like it. So this button allows you to see retweets by others, retweets that you've done, and you can see if any of your tweets have been retweeted. Searches, Twitter allows you to save searches. So if there's common searches that you do regularly on Twitter, you can save those searches and you will find them in this drop-down. Lists are groups of friends that you put together, and then this allows you to see their tweets based on lists. So you can make a list of programmers and then see all of their tweets based on that. So that's the home timeline, and also this box up here, the what's happening, this is where you're going to actually make a tweet. Remember I said it's 140 characters? This is where you can actually post a tweet if you want, but we'll get back to that later. Now if you go to profile, profile actually just shows your tweets, what tweets that you have made. And if you notice on the right, they actually have some statistics here so you can see what's going on. So I have 234 tweets, 25 following, 15 followers, and 0 lists. Not only can I see tweets, but I can also see my favorite tweets. And so if I have tweets that I mark as my favorite, they'll list here. The following link allows me to see all the people that I'm currently following, and I can see their tweets by clicking the tweet icon. The followers button lets me see all the people who are actually following me, and they're reading my tweets, and my tweets are getting posted on their homepage. And then the lists again allows me to see the tweets from specific lists. Twitter also has a messaging system. So if you go to messages, this is where direct messages are sent. And you'll notice on the left, you see the people you're talking to or the messages, and on the right, you see the conversation. And so you can flow down the conversation accordingly using Twitter. Now, just so you know, you don't need to remember all this. I'm going to be covering all this as we go further into the Twitter series. But I just want to give you kind of a taste of what Twitter's like. The next link, who to follow. Twitter loves to give you suggestions so that you can follow more people and get more information out of Twitter. So if you click here, you can actually see that there's multiple ways to find people to follow. And we covered most of these earlier. You can view suggestions that Twitter suggests to you. You can browse based on interest, or you can use your email accounts and pull in contacts from there. This little button here will allow you to add a new tweet if you want to add a tweet. And then this little drop down is going to be very important to you. When you click on it, there's 3 items here: settings, help, and sign out. Settings allows you to set up your account. So if you click there, you'll notice that there's a couple different settings here. Account will allow you to change your account information, like your username, your email, but also it will allow you to set up other types of things too, like your privacy. If you decide you don't want people to see your tweets, you can check that and make it private. Password will allow you to set up your password if you want to change it. Mobile. The neat thing about Twitter is that actually you can use text messaging to make your tweets. And so if you want to set up your phone to do text messaging tweets, you can do that just by simply signing it up here. Notifications is where you're going to tell Twitter when to send you emails. So send me an email when I get a direct message or when somebody replies to me. Information like that. So if you're getting too many emails, come in here and turn them off. Profile allows you to set some profile information. You can set a image to be used as you post and retweet and stuff like that. You can set your location, any website you might have. But the neatest thing about this page is that you can actually set this up with your Facebook account. And so every time you make a tweet, you can have it automatically update your status on your Facebook. So you don't have to do it twice. So you can let Twitter do the work for you. And the last one I'm going to cover is actually the design one. And what this is, it allows you to design the way your Twitter homepage is going to look. So you can give it a nice background, you can change colors. I'm just going to let you experiment with this. In regards to applications, we're not going to touch on this, but just so you know, there is a link there. And if you need more instruction on that, we'll get to that eventually. So the other two buttons here is the help, which again is a great resource if you're looking to understand how Twitter works, what Twitter does. Great place to find that information. And lastly, sign out. Now, if you're in a public place, I highly regard that you sign out because you do not want somebody running around on your Twitter account. So that is it for today. If you have any questions, please post them down below in the comment section. But I can't leave until I at least give you a homework assignment. So your homework assignment this week is to set up a Twitter account. And once you have it set up, I want you to go down in the comment section and put your Twitter name for me, your Twitter username. And what I will do is I will follow you as Missio Digio. So feel free, put your Twitter down at the bottom. If you have any problems, also put those comments below. Thank you again for taking the time and seeing this screencast by Missio Digio, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.